All right, let's move on to talk about another MCU show. We're gonna talk about Marvel's Runaways, which is a show
That's
that
all you, man.
which is a show that I only have seen because '90s didn't see it and Dust didn't see it. So has anybody ever like heard of it? Like read the comic at
I
all?
read the
Or
comic.
I've heard about the comic. I've heard great things about the comic, and
right?
I forgot this came out because of fucking Hulu.
Yeah, I mean it is kind of interesting why, because Marvel, you see their stuff goes to Netflix. You see all their shows, Daredevil, Jessica Jones, all their stuff goes to Netflix. So it's interesting why they picked Hulu for the Runaways. I don't know why they did that per se. I don't know the whole story behind
Splitting
that.
up the player base.
That is weird. Huh? Makes sense, I
Splitting
guess.
up the player base.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably like something like that. Which I mean, all those Netflix shows are getting. I mean, they're taking them. Marvel's yanking them and going to be put on their streaming service when Disney does their own little streaming service.
Oh shit, I forgot.
Yeah, so I don't know if they'll do the same thing with the Runaways, probably since that's their content.
Wait, so how to? Okay, that was probably before they announced that. That makes sense. It was already in the works.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. So because this has been talked about for a while now, and then finally it's been brought to the masses now. Because this got released a couple of days before Thanksgiving, like the day before Thanksgiving. And so anybody doesn't know, so The Runaways is based on a comic series, which is about these group of teenagers who realize that their parents are supervillains. They're part of like this cult, and they decide to, run away and fight against their parents. And some of the teenagers, they have powers, some don't. For instance, like one of the leaders of the group, his name is Alex. He's just incredibly intelligent. He doesn't really necessarily have an ability at all. And then you have another character, Nico. She's a witch. You have one character, Caroline. She's an alien.
Okay.
You have another character named Molly. She is a mutant in the comics, but obviously they can't call her a mutant in the show because the Fox owns the rights to say mutants and all that type of stuff, so they can't.
Oh my fucking god.
Well, that could change because Disney talks with them and Fox. That's gearing up more and more. Like first it was kind of dead, and then now it's kind of coming back again. So
I'd rather they'd share property rather than owning the entire company.
Maybe they'll work out, like some Sony Spider-Man deal. They kind of share it, kind of like that.
Well, for the record, this is not our reaction to this. This is not a react.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, so you never know. They might be able to use the word mutant again. So, but they can't say it in this show yet. Then you have a character called Gert. Her whole thing is that she has a psychic link to a dinosaur. That's her whole thing. Yeah. Yeah. She has.
It sounds so much better in a comic. When you try to ground it, I can see where there's problems.
Yeah. Which actually they showed the dinosaur because I saw the first 3 episodes. Hulu released a whole block of 3 episodes right off the bat. And they did show the dinosaur. Dinosaur looks okay, like TV. I mean, it still looks like TV CGI, but it looks okay. It's not I don't think it's that horrible looking.
Would have been better off. I'm starting to think would this have been better off as a cartoon?
I mean, cartoon you had more liberties to do more things, cartoon wise. I don't know. I think as a cartoon, it depends on who you get. I think for Young Justice, for instance, they had a great teen dynamic.
And they're coming back too.
Yeah, they're coming back for season 3 on Netflix. They had a great teen dynamic. I mean, you could have did a cartoon show. I think you could have did that. That would have been fine. But I think maybe they decided to go this way to.
Might have fit their art style better because the Runaways did have a very specific art style.
Yeah. I did notice that
changed ever so often in the comics.
Yeah,
on purpose.
Yeah. So, I mean, with this show, they probably did a live action version because I mean, this is more focused on the teenagers, and most of the Netflix shows has more adult characters. Like we talked about the Punisher being all brutal and violent and dark, and those shows. And things like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., things like Inhumans. So this is more geared towards teenagers and that teenage audience. So I think that's why they probably decided to have some diversity in that type of lineup, from what they usually do on TV.
On the topic of that, I feel like this is a good point to bring up. Hulu and Netflix, I don't think they have a rating system, do they?
You can like the stars on Netflix.
No, not the rating in that sense, but the what's it called?
No, they don't
Teen.
necessarily have a. They don't have a ratings board. They don't have a R or
Oh, that.
teens or that. No, it's
No.
more of a suggestive. They do, I believe, have notifications of this is going to be violent and what this entails in it.
Okay.
And there is, I believe, a mature marking on certain ones where it just says, "Look, it's going to be mature. Know that ahead of time."
Oh,
Yeah.
And the way it's categorized.
okay. Because I'll just say this much. Like I watched She's Gotta Have It. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but
Yeah, the Spike Lee, he like remade one of his movies, right?
yeah. And I was watching that, and then I'm like, oh, titties. I
Mm.
wish I would have known about that.
Okay.
I miss the 80s, and they was just everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
Yeah. Yes.
I thought that.
Yeah, I thought. I'm sorry, I confused. I thought you were talking about like how you rate it. I thought you meant like reviewing it like that. So I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, I don't know how to what the term for it is, but when it comes to Hulu, do they have that at all? Like, I feel like they do. If I remember right, watching The Tick, I think they had it.
Yeah, they have that. Yeah, because
Yeah,
like
the Hulu service does. Also, HBO Go also has that because most of their catalog is previewing movies and stuff, so they have to.
Okay, that makes sense.
yeah. So to round out the teenager, so then there's Chase. Like his whole thing is that he's just another smart guy. Like he's a brilliant engineer, and he has like these gloves that are like powerful, and he's got like goggles and stuff like that. So he doesn't really have any powers either.
My kind of guy.
Yeah. So I mean, like I said, Brian K. Vaughan I thought did a really good job because he's the one who wrote the comic. I read the comic way back when, like when I was in high school. I read it way back when, and I enjoyed it then. So coming in this show, I think it's okay. I think it has room to build. I think sometimes you can definitely feel a little bit of the budget of the show, because sometimes some areas feel very just vacant. Some areas feel kind of empty.
That's the price you pay for the budget of TV, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a little bit so. But I do think all the teenagers, I do like them. I do think they do work well together. Because the series starts off with the whole group being dissolved because they changed some things from the comics, and one of them being they had an addition of this character named Amy, who is the sister of the witch character Nico, which they didn't have in the comics. And she died, and that her death kind of led to them breaking up and them going in their own separate territories. And for instance, like the Chase character, who's the guy with the gloves, he became like this jock kind of guy. They make fun of him for that. There's a character, Gert, who has the connection with the dinosaur. She became kind of like, I guess you'd say social justice warrior girl, feminist girl. That's what she did. Nico, the witch, she became like a goth kind of girl.
Wait. Just rewind for 1 second. Did you say that the one that has a psychic link to a dinosaur wanted people to stop using fossil fuels?
I mean, yeah, I see what you did there. That's nice though. Okay, that was good. Yeah, I mean, yeah. So she's that type of person like that. The character Nico, she's like goth, all gothed out.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. And the character Alex, like he kind of, I don't know what group he falls into. I don't know, like he's just, I guess, average guy. Because I guess maybe say he's nerdy, I guess a little bit, but he's not. I don't think he's that nerdy. Then there's the character named Caroline, who's the alien. She's like the poster child for this church that her mother runs. That's like a Scientology-esque type of church, and she's like the poster kid for that. And she's kind of like, I guess you say the cheerleader type of girl, I guess, even though she's not a cheerleader.
So you see the correlations between their hobbies and either the one person you said, the guy with the glove, the engineer, basically, right? Mm-hmm. You say he's like a jock though, right?
Yeah, he plays lacrosse. Yeah, and people call him a dumb jock, but he's not a dumb jock. Like he's actually really intelligent. He's
the only person that's going against the grain. Like everybody's kind of fitting their stereotype per se. Like the witch is goth, right? Mm-hmm. The alien, she's out of this world, so she's into Scientology or that religion there or whatever.
Right.
The fossil fuel thing that I just mentioned earlier. The nerdy guy, he's just the regular guy that's smart, right?
Yeah, he's the black character. Yeah, he's just the regular guy that's smart.
Yeah, it's like everybody's going to their grain or whatever, but this one guy, he's going the exact opposite route.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much, yeah. Because they try to paint him like he's this one thing, like this dumb jock, but he's not. Like he's Actually, a really smart guy. Like the person who calls him a dumb jock a lot is the Gert character, the feminist girl. She calls him that a lot, but she wants to fuck him.
Yeah,
I mean,
makes
you know,
sense.
because she's really thirsty after that dude. Like she even treats that other girl, Caroline, who's the blonde girl. She treats her really poorly and talks shit to her just because like she sees him giving her more attention. You know what I mean, and stuff like that.
Typical tropes.
Yeah, but I do like all the kids. I think they're pretty good. Some of it can be a little bit stiff. I haven't seen any of these teenage actors before, and anything else. And then a lot of the parents, they're not big recognizable names. Like the biggest name in this whole cast is probably James Masters, who people know he was Spike and Buffy. He also famously played Piccolo in Dragon Ball Evolution. That was big claim to fame.
Nobody's gonna remember that, man.
A lot of people remember that. A lot of people wasted a lot of money buying tickets for that. Trust me, they remember him as Piccolo.
Really? Because even I saw the movie and I didn't.
Well, he was in makeup. I mean, he was in a lot of makeup and stuff like
It's
that.
a saving grace.
Yeah.
First, I would like to say, Dusk, I'm sorry for your loss. I'm so sorry.
Don't be. I spent the money. I knew what I was getting into.
Okay.
You gotta know what you're getting into.
And there's, so like I said, there's certain changes from the comics. For instance, there's the Molly character I said is the mutant character. Obviously, they can't say that she's a mutant, but they did age her up. Like in the comics, she's 11. They made her 15 here. And they killed her parents off before the beginning of the series, probably because there's already a lot of characters and with the parents. So they probably just did that for convenience because like, we can't focus on all these people. So let's just kill them off. And now she got adopted by Gert's parents. She got adopted by them. So that is able to they have more of like a sisterly bond now, like Gert and the Molly character. Then with Caroline's parents, like I said, they changed that. Her mother runs like this big Scientology-esque kind of church. In the comics, her parents were just both actors. In this, like only one is an actor, and then her mother runs like this huge mega church that makes all this money. So
wait. They were actor villains or
they were actors in the comics. Yeah, they were just actors. Yeah, they
okay,
were just highly successful actors. And in this, only one is an actor. Like her father's an actor, and then the mother runs the big church.
Okay.
Yeah. From these 3 episodes, I'm gonna continue to watch. It's not wowing me so far. Like I said, I think it's just okay. I'm gonna continue. They just dropped the episode 4. They just dropped that recently. I'm gonna watch that. I do like the fact that when they see their parents, do this, evil cult stuff that they do see them do, which, is the motivation for them to eventually run away because the series is called Runaways. But I do like the fact that they don't immediately just like say, okay, let's, pack up stuff and let's go, let's run away. They do try to investigate a little bit to see like, okay, let's try to investigate just a little bit to see, is this the worst thing we can possibly imagine? Let's exhaust all other options to maybe see what's going on, because they see them sacrificing this young girl. And so I mean, I do kind of like that they do kind of say like, okay, let's maybe they're just freaky, maybe they into some freaky stuff, not necessarily criminal stuff. So let's just try to see like what our parents are up to.
This got dark. Well, I don't want to say dark, but this got weird real quick, man.
I mean, what would you rather your parents be, murderers or just them probably just like having sex with each other? I mean, what would you find worse?
I'd take neither for 500.
Okay, well, I mean, so they're just trying to figure out, things about their parents to see if they really are the worst people,
Okay,
which is good. So, like I said, I mean, it's only 3 episodes. It's okay. I'm gonna continue to watch. And because I don't know how many episodes they're supposed to be doing for this series. I don't think I know how many episodes they're supposed to be doing.
And for the record, I love what Hulu does. I want Netflix to follow suit and just release them weekly. I kind of miss that. Like, because they released a whole block of episodes, just 3 episodes. Do you like that? Like them, if they release blocks episodes like that? That's a nice middle ground, because I know a lot of people that are on the binge watching side where it's like, yeah, I just want it all in one go. I don't want to have to wait. I don't want to have to be in anticipation. Mm-hmm. And then you got the other people that want to just watch it weekly so they can just talk about episode by episode with other people. So this is a nice middle ground. It's like, doesn't take up too much time. It's like a movie sitting.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's pretty nice. Yeah, I was kind of interested. Yeah, like just if they released a whole block like that, like 3 episodes. Okay. I mean, I think that's pretty nice because it allows you to talk about it in more of a water cooler kind of sense, like weekly. If they did that,
exactly, that's what I love.
Yeah, so because this, I mean, with a Netflix series that just drops all the episodes, you don't know how many episodes you're on, I'm on, and then you have to like
gotta avoid spoilers.
You gotta do all this stuff. But releasing just those blocks of episodes, I think helps that a little bit. Also, I think in the series they focus a little bit more on the parents than they do in the comics, which is nice. I think understand the parents' dynamics and where they're coming from.
Okay,
I think it's good. I think they do that a lot more here than they did in the comic.
It's good to hear.
Yeah. So, I mean, are you guys interested in this show at all, or
not really?
Okay. All right. What about you, Dusk?
I'm a little mixed.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Truth to be told, even with everything you've kind of told them, I'm glad it's as good as it is, but I really do think they should have just made it an animated series.
Thank you, Dusk. Like, when I hear everything you're saying, I'm like, huh. Like, that seems like it could go north or south. It can go either way when it comes to live action, but with a cartoon, I could see that working more.
It just kind of seems like there was one of the comic books. You can take it more grounded, but this just seemed like it was made for cartoon, for like a Young Justice style cartoon.
Yeah.
Get a lot of creative animators, and if you really wanted to make it crazy, make each season different animation styles. Just like the comic books.
That'd been pretty dope. That'd been pretty good. But I mean, 90s. It does have an Asian girl in it. So just to tell you.
I mean, what, is she a high school Asian girl? Like, don't get
I mean, her real age. I mean, she's 23 in real life.
Okay, I'm with it.
Okay, so there you go.
There we go.
Yeah.
Hello, thanks for checking out our content. If you liked it, let us know, and if you didn't, let us know that as well. If you want to see more content, we post every Saturday on SoundCloud and YouTube at The Afternoon Tune. You can also find us through various social medias, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, all one word at The Afternoon Tune. And if you don't deal with any of that social media stuff, you can also find us through our email at theafternoontune@gmail.com. And don't forget to always stay